So the audio that you're hearing right now is coming from the Blue Yeti, but what you're listening to right now is not the original audio. If I were to play back the original audio which the microphone recorded, you would still be able to hear some ambient noise. So I've post-processed this piece of audio and in Audacity, and I've been able to remove the noise from it, which is something I'll be showing you how to do. But the important thing is that you can be using a very good mic, but it can still catch a lot of ambient noise because it's not always possible to shoot in ideal sound conditions. The environment around us can have a lot of ambient noise. For example, right now there's a fan going on top of me, which can easily cause a lot of disturbance in your audio, but it's very, very easy to remove all this in Audacity and it's free to use. So let's dive into the laptop and I'll be showing you how within a few seconds you can get absolutely great sounding audio which doesn't have any noise. So let's do this. Okay, so this is how Audacity looks. It's a free software. You can just go to Google, type Audacity and you'll be able to download this. So if I just go to File and if I go to Open here, I have these two recordings. So this first one was the original, which was recorded from the Blue Yeti directly, and then I have the one which you were hearing when I was talking earlier on in the video was this, where I had removed the noise. So I'm going to show you how to go from this to this quickly. So I'm going to open the original, and if I do that, you will see the waveforms of the generated from the audio. So let's take any part. Let's say if we just go towards this part, which was the concluding part of the video that you just saw. So let's just run this. I'm just going to zoom in slightly. You can do that by pressing Control and 1 or Command and 1 together. So we're just going to open up these waves. All right, so let's listen to this. So the audio that you're hearing right now is coming from the Blue Yeti, but what you're listening to right now is not the original audio. So the audio that you're hearing right. So if you can just notice, there's a fair amount of noise, and majority of this noise is coming because I had deliberately left my fan, the ceiling fan, on the highest speed just to exaggerate the noise so that you can just, we can do all the stuff that we're going to do. So that's generating a huge amount of ambient noise, and that's why this is not sounding good. This is not sounding as good as how it sounded in the video. That's because I have removed the noise. So how you remove the noise is you'll just have to pick a part of this waveform in which you're not talking, right? So let's say, just before I started speaking, or maybe somewhere in between where I'm pausing, you'll see this part, something like, which is only the noise. So if I just select this, I'm just dragging my mouse by left clicking it and just selecting this little portion of it. If I want, I can even zoom in further just to make this easier. So let's say this is what I've selected, or maybe even something smaller, something like this. Right now, let's just play this. So it's only going to play this part. Now, can you hear that? You can just hear the noise which is being generated by all the ambient things that were going around us in our environment. So mainly because of the fan, right? So if I select this is where I'm speaking. But we cannot remove the noise from here, because if we remove the noise from here, you might, just cut your own sound too. So we need to select an area where we're not speaking, like a gap. So this is good. And then what you can do is, once you locate this, you can just go to Effect, and then you can go to Noise Reduction. Then click on Get Noise Profile. So it's going to just, you're basically telling Audacity that this is what exactly noise is and I want you to remove this, right? So we're just kind of giving it a sample of what noise is in this whole recording that you've done. And then what you do is you just select this entire waveform by just pressing this area here. So I can just left click here and you'll see that it selects everything. It's like a Control+A kind of a thing that we're used to. So now all the audio is selected. And then what we do is we again go back to Effect. We again go back to Noise Reduction. Now it already has the sample, that we've already given, because the first time we click this Get Noise Profile. Now this time all you have to do is, because the sample is already there, you just click on OK, and it's gonna, just reduce that noise which we had given as a sample from the entire audio. And what you'll see is that this will become flatter. So now you can see that this amount of noise has gone. So if I play this again now, you can just hear very less amount of noise. If we hear back our audio right now, it'll be much better than before. The audio that you're hearing right, can you see that this? The audio that you're hearing right, this sounds way better than what we had before. So I'm just gonna undo this noise reduction and just gonna play this again. The audio that you're hearing, let me make you hear something slightly longer. So the audio that you're hearing right now is coming from the Blue Yeti. So the audio that actually hear the fan going on, right? So I'm just gonna click on redo noise reduction and you can see that this just flattens out a bit. Now, most of the times, just doing it once is enough, but it's just that because I had left this ceiling fan on the highest setting, which of course you won't probably do if you're recording audio, but just to exaggerate the situation, sometimes you can do it twice. Like for example, in this case, most of the times I've seen I just do this once and that's more than enough, right? But let's absolutely remove any sort of noise. But of course you have to be careful with that also, because sometimes what happens is if you keep on doing this multiple times, some of your own voice may start to get cut from the audio, right? Just small things, which the software might think is a part of noise. So you should not do this too often also. Once or max to max if it was very noisy. Twice, I think in most of the situations does it. So I'm going to do the same thing. Select the noise, select everything here, go to effect, click on noise reduction, and then I'm just going to select OK, and you'll see that even this little bit of disturbance that you're seeing here in the waveforms will go, and we'll get an absolutely noise-free audio. So you can see it's almost flat now. And now I'm going to play this whole thing and you'll see that this will sound. So the audio that you're hearing right now is coming from a Blue Yeti, but so you can see that this sounds really good. It has no noise, and this was what you heard when I was speaking earlier on in the video. And then you can just save this and that's it. Then you have a noise-free audio, because you will have to sometimes do this even if you're, as I pointed out before, even if you're using a very good mic, sometimes the ambient conditions are not perfect and you still have to reduce the noise. So Audacity is great for that because it's free to use and it's very easy. You can see that if you're just doing this once, you'll just take a few seconds to do this and it's very easy to get used to. So I hope you like this video and that it helps you. Do give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.